Over the summer, as Unai Emery and Monchi laid out the master plans, the battle plans in the war room of the transfer department at Aston Villa for this summer, I don't think they could have imagined the injuries that we're going to get this quickly in the season. I don't think they would have imagined the results they would have got in the opening games of the season. And as they go into their Europa Conference League qualifiers against Hibs this week, they have just completed the signing of Nicolo Zaniolo from Galatasaray, which, you know, a week after signing Moussa Diaby from Leverkusen, is a real statement of intent from Aston Villa. And I think on top of the excitement and the interest I've had in them in the off-season, this has just put them up into another stratosphere altogether. They've got to be shooting down the top 7, the top 6 now. But where does Zaniolo fit in, and what kind of impact is he going to have on Aston Villa's season? We'll be having a look at that in the video today. At any point, if you do laugh, you learn, you like something or whatever, please do like and subscribe to the channel. We're pushing for 10,000 subscribers, and we cannot do that without your support. So if you do enjoy the content, hit the subscribe button, hit a like, and jump into the comment section, get involved in the conversation, and let me know if you think Zaniolo is going to be a boom or a bust at the Villa. And let's just get stuck straight into it. Aston Villa have been moderately predictable from what we forecasted in the pre-season. I think Diego Carlos coming back from injury has been very well timed to go along with Pau Torres, and you've just got to hope that this little triangle at the back with Jaime Martinez can gel very quickly. Cash is kind of showing his ceiling, I think, at this stage, but Lucas Digne is kind of finding a second lease of life in the last match I watched him in anyway, against Everton. I thought he was pretty handy against his former club, putting in some good balls to the box and whatever. But the real genius, the real ingenuity in this Aston Villa team under Unai Emery is the midfield. Douglas Luiz, Kamara, John McGinn were fantastic, but what I didn't expect to see was this blatant double up on the right hand side with Leon Bailey and Moussa Diaby. So pressing off the ball quite clearly, this little kind of 4-4-2 shape that we've seen from Unai Emery quite a lot last season has came up to the surface again. Diaby partnering Watkins, by the way, is a frightening prospect for the season as it goes on. But like we've said on the channel before when covering Aston Villa, it's very surface level. If one of those guys go out, John Duran was very effective against Everton, don't get me wrong, but he's not pulling the same shift as these guys if he's required to start. Leon Bailey could, of course, but then you lose him from here. But some of Aston Villa's best performances last year is when they had on the wide parts of midfield, not just McGinn, but also Buendia. And maybe not on the right-hand side. I could maybe see Zaniolo on McGinn's side a bit more, and McGinn maybe coming back over to the right, potentially. You never know how it would shake out exactly. And again, with Unai Emery, I think there'll be lots of different combinations of these players playing together and not playing together in different shapes, depending on the opposition that they're playing against. And Zaniolo's versatility is going to play into that, and I think that will really help him excel in the Premier League and in the Conference League, which he did win with Roma. He hits very well with both feet, and he's very creative, and I think this John McGinn side of the pitch benefits him more. Having Digne, who is going to go beyond him and be wide all the time, and having this kind of, you know, the right-hand side, if it's McGinn, he's going to tuck in a little bit, of course, and Cash will go beyond here, and this kind of system will be used against teams Aston Villa will fancy their chances against, of course. But this kind of shape in progressing, attacking plays when you're moving the ball up the pitch or whatever, gives Zaniolo lovely spaces to be able to pick up and interlink with his teammates and create the sort of chances that you want a playmaker like this to come into. And Diaby isn't really a playmaker, he's more of a final third completionist player, but what Zaniolo gives you in here, Buendia is probably not at the level to do, but when you play Buendia and McGinn, it's probably going to be a similar kind of mould and shape. But I think you're just going to get so much more out of him. He's got a big name. He's got a big name to make and a big name to prove. He's always wanted to be chapping on the door of that Italy national team. And honestly, like you've seen, I was so excited when Paqueta went to West Ham, and that's how excited I am about Zaniolo going to Aston Villa. So I think he can reach that same kind of level, same as Bruno Guimaraes at Newcastle. That same kind of plateau. The biggest question of them all for Zaniolo is his injury record. But let's just see how that goes. Let's just not talk about it, and let's hope nothing comes of it. Again, similarly, I could see him playing off of Watkins, depending on the opposition, where the strengths and weaknesses are. Diaby can, of course, play a bit more right midfield, and I think we've seen that from him in the first game, if I'm not mistaken. And having Zaniolo up here, I don't know if you're quite going to get the press out of him that you would get from a Diaby in this position. But like we've seen before with Unai Emery, when he plays maybe a bit more of a number 10, it's maybe more just hanging around Watkins and let him just kind of maybe try and nibble away at some ankles and put some pressure, and he's got a partner, he's got a pal to play with if any chaos is to happen and things are to unfold, and you get the pace of someone like Diaby to come and join in that kind of instance. So I could definitely see Zaniolo, whether it be in this forward line here, whether it be in a designated number 10 position, or even in that kind of John McGinn, Buendia kind of role. I think you're going to see Zaniolo facilitated space on the pitch to play make, to pull the strings and to make things happen. I'm really excited for this one, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comment section of the video. Is Aston Villa ready yet? Are they done, or is there more business to be done here? I would like to personally see an upgrade on Matty Cash. Not saying he's been bad or anything, but I think when you look at the standard of this 11, maybe Digne, I know he's been linked away, so it depends on your cup of tea here, but maybe those are the spots left to be upgraded because the rest of this team is bloody great. Never mind, you add on Tielemans into this, who's on the bench, John Duran that we mentioned before, and Leon Bailey, who's not even on screen, never mind the aforementioned injured Buendia. This Aston Villa squad is quite deep when they're all fit. And again, very versatile and robust. Very excited to see where the finishing pieces could be in this transfer window if we see any more transfers. On screen there now is some other stuff that I've made that YouTube thinks you might enjoy. Stay out of trouble, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.